everyone, my name's Kathryne, and today my pal Horton and I are talking about the book Horton Hears a Who, written and illustrated by Dr. Seuss. In this book, Horton lives in the jungle of Newell, and he's just kind of going along, minding his own business, when all of a sudden, with his very large ears, he hears someone yelp from a speck of dust that is flying through the air. Well, Horton realizes that if someone is indeed living on this speck, then he needs to be protected because the dust is flying and could land in who knows what sort of trouble. So Horton grabs the speck of dust and puts it on a clover so he can protect him better, because a person is a person, no matter how small. Well, through this process, Horton finds out that it's not just one person living on the speck, it's a whole town, a town called Whoville. And in this town, there is a mayor who speaks to Horton through a very large megaphone so that they can hear and talk to each other. Well, there are some people in this jungle who don't believe Horton and think that he's lying, because how can someone survive on such a little speck? One of these animals is a kangaroo, and a little kangaroo that lives in her pouch, and she causes a lot of trouble for Horton, making him lose the clover, and eventually she wants to actually hurt Horton and destroy the speck of dust altogether. I'm going to read a part in the book that describes her evil plan. Humph! Humphed a voice. For almost 2 days you've run wild and insisted on chatting with persons who've never existed. Such carryings on in our peaceable jungle. We've had quite enough of your bellowing bungle. And I'm here to state, snapped the big kangaroo, that your silly, nonsensical game is all through. And the young kangaroo in her pouch said, "Me too." And here are the illustrations, and you can see the kangaroo talking very meanly to Horton. She continues, "With the help of the Wickersham brothers and dozens of Wickersham uncles and Wickersham cousins and Wickersham in-laws whose help I've engaged, you're going to be roped and you're going to be caged. And as for your dust speck, ha! That we shall boil in a hot steaming kettle of bezelnut oil." "Boil it!" gasped Horton. "Oh, that you can't do. It's all full of persons. They'll prove it to you." The kangaroo is getting her evil cohorts to rope Horton. What is he going to do? Mr. Mayor, Horton called. "Mr. Mayor, you've got to prove now that you really are there. So call a big meeting, get everyone out. Make every who holler, make every who shout. Make every who scream. If you don't, every who is going to end up in a bezelnut stew." You can see him talking to the speck on the clover. Will Horton be able to save the town of Whoville? I guess you'll have to read the rest of the book to find out. This is a picture book, and overall, I give it a 5 out of 5 star rating. It is very entertaining, and the rhyming that Dr. Seuss uses to write it is so enticing and wonderful to read. And Horton develops his true characteristics as a hero and shows what friendship really means. Putting your life on the line for someone else. And Horton does that in this book.